from Valigara. Today we will specifically handle this in format that we have only our existing clients to give very practical tools, including Valigara. Okay, so basically just a quick background why we decided to run this. The decision was actually very simple. We wanted to see when we last time went to JCK, we saw that many people switched back. The people who jumped from the B2B quickly into the B2C during the Corona. Well, they found out that it's not that easy, and it's very different set of skills. So many people, when we started, used Valigara only for B2C, and we found out that our clients also are very active in the B2B sphere. So when my personal conclusion after the last JCK in June was what we actually saw was very simple conclusion. People go back into B2B, and we need to provide more solutions. This is how we took Valigara a little bit more into the field, where we found out that the most successful online players today, including the B2C and B2B, are people who are very close to production. So we said, okay, if you're good in B2C, we can guess, and we checked it very well, that probably also are close to production. We said, wait, if you're in production, normally you work in B2C and B2B mode. So, okay, what's next step? Let's find more and more solutions for you to work in the B2B mode, which proved to be quite right. So we want to summarize what we have done in this direction, because most of you know us as a multi-channel system, as a multi-channel marketing system, as a PIM system, product information management system. And this is not the only thing that we do. So another thing when we last went to JCK, it was a very interesting actually conclusion that I saw from one of the forums. It was that the retailers don't see vendors as a product vendors. And this is the main thing that I wanted really to concentrate, because speaking about the B2B relations, it's actually very interesting from my point of view. It's a very interesting concept. Two things that I saw. Once, if we think about the mankind, you know that sometimes I think too global, but when we think about mankind, first time in 100,000 years that mankind exists, we will not discuss this number right now, but first time in the mankind, we don't sell products. Okay, this is the main switch that the mankind undergoes. We stopped working with products. We work with products information. So when we sell something, we do not sell the product, because if we're remote, we cannot actually provide the product. The only thing that we can provide is the information. Next, and here, well, you obviously understand this, and what actually happens that the retail world adopts the digital world much faster. So just before this session, we just thought about looked about the number. 24% is the current e-commerce penetration into retail. Now, interestingly, and we did not want to frighten everyone with these numbers, but it's going to double in the next 5 years, and until 2048, 80% of the whole business, retail and B2B, will switch to digital. So if we plan our business for the next 20 years, probably also the B2B will be totally digitized, 80%, and it's important to keep up with this. Now, but naturally, retail adopts it much faster. So retail, if you know this, it's called e-commerce retail, adopts e-commerce much faster. So for us as a B2B, and now I will take this hat of the B2B person. For us as a B2B jewelry manufacturers, vendors, or opposite, working with B2B world, we have to know to work not with products, not in the real world, but in the digital world. So this means everywhere. If I am a vendor of a huge retail chain, if you will, I actually shared this recently to our clients, the beautiful article which actually thinks, when I, as a retail person, retail chain, plan to sell my product online, and if we think about Cole, if we think about Macy's, if we think about Walmart, if we think about Amazon, doesn't matter what is my presence online. Actually, if I work with a vendor who is not ready to provide me a solid data foundation for his product, this person is, as a vendor, is no good for me, because it means this creates a friction in my sales process. Because if I'm a retail, if I'm a Blue Nile, or if I'm whatever website I am, I don't need the products only, I need the information. So in my B2B perception, as a B2B, as a vendor of any retail, today I have to think how I provide the information to the retail, not just the products. Because if I know, okay, I want to supply my items to Walmart, to Blue Nile, we spoke about it, or James Allen, or whatever, wherever I want to send it, they don't need the products. They just need to make sure that their product manager, their e-commerce manager, will not have to measure, will not have to create the descriptions, will not have to create the taxonomy, will not have to create all the measurements and write it down. All they need to have it in their catalog as retail. They need a ready data. They will supply you with the requirements. What is the right format? And here we come again to the multi-channel world of Valigara. Why do we need so many formats? Because everyone, Macy's, Cole, and Zales, and K, everyone, and Signet will provide you different requirements. So they adopt digital much faster as a retail, as you in a B2B world, but they will require it much more than even a product. It means that if I go now, and we know that next month we have Hong Kong, we have Italy, the Vincenza. So we have these huge trade shows which are focusing on B2B. We have to be ready to actually, when we sell there, when we present ourselves, we present not just the products, but the products information. It's even, well, I will not say that it's even more important than the products, but it's equally becomes a part of my offer. It becomes a part of my product. So this, we speak about this pack shots, all these images, the videos, and the PM, the product information, the written content. This is what I am selling, and I am not selling the products, but product information. So just another interesting number, 14% growth worldwide. So United States is a little bit lower. It's 11% growth, yearly growth of retail. So as you understand, very quickly we are going to double the retail, which will drag actually the B2B work more into digital. And this is what we are going to do in the next half an hour, 40 minutes, just seeing how we adopt as a B2B players to this new reality. Okay. So I will jump now more into practical tools, what we do in Valigara. Some of you already know and actively use it. Some of you know. So when we speak about Valigara, on the B2B level, we have the V site, the V catalogs, and client catalogs. Most of you already, well, quite know this. So if we, what is the V site? The V site, the idea of V site. So again, I will make a step back. Our B2B clients have much greater value for us, because it's not a one-time person who purchases, it's our reseller, it's our counterparty that we work for 20 years. So their value is much higher. On the other side, we have a very important component with that, which is very hard to have with our retail clients, which is actually trust. So if I work with my vendor or with my distributor, doesn't matter on what side I am, I know this person for last 10 years, maybe 5 years, so I can give trust. Which also means that my requirement, if I require for the information, to the information is much more simple, it's lower. So it will be much easier for me. As most of you know, I live with this perfect, done is better than perfect. For the last 10 years, maybe if we spoke before, I always show this, done is better than perfect. So in this case, in case of B2B, it's much easier. which also, why? Because the person knows me. Maybe all they need from me is just to get the catalog with a simple one pager, with a simple first image, and just the title and the SKU. So the requirements will be much lower in B2B to the data, to the quality of data, just to start. It doesn't mean that you have to use it wrongly and not to invest in this, but the requirements are much lower. It's much easier to start to work with the data in the B2B. Even if you just have one image, the title, the SKU, and the price, you're good to go, because you can create a simple catalog, because your buyers, they know you normally personally. So VSite, this preface, why it's important. VSite, vCatalog, and client catalogs, these are very simple tools that allow you to organize your data and distribute your data. So the VSite allows me to create a normal website, e-commerce website, with purchasing, and we know that mostly the purchase will not be completed on the website. It will be a phone call. The purchase will be there, but the payment can be done outside. It's completely okay. But on the other side, what it will require us to have multiple price levels. Why? Because if I work with different distributors of different size, it will be different prices, catalogs. Still, we have the integrated payments. Specifically for the people here, I see people from the diamond industry. From the diamond industry, BitPay. Most of you don't even know what it is, but this is the leading platform for cryptocurrency payments, which can be integrated, already is integrated in VSite. So we know that in diamond industry, cryptocurrency is very active, because, simply said, people do not know what to do with their cryptocurrency, and they find ways to get rid of this, and they're ready to pay a premium of 15-20% while paying, compared to Stripe, which is direct credit cards with cryptocurrency. Now, multi-brand support is very important on these sites, because most of you, as a wholesale manufacturers, we know that you sometimes have more than one brand operating, for example, for lab grown, and then for the engagement, and then for child jewelry, and then for men jewelry. So multi-brand support means you can very quickly create 10 websites in Valigara. We integrated the designs in Valigara in VSite. Why? Because, again, obviously you have to invest in it. It's very right to invest in your website, but to have things done first and improve in B2B works much better. Now, on the catalogs, online catalogs, PDF catalogs, you can print them. Even simply printing the catalog and taking it, putting it on the trade show on your table can simply help. Not an Excel, but printed on the paper. If not everybody is ready to consume some digital catalogs. So if you put it in your paper, as you speak with one potential buyer, a different one can look even at the nicely printed catalogs, and not the Excels, because this nicely printed catalogs will just have the images. Very simple. Right, organized with images, multiple images, and then switch to PDF or switch to a tablet. So this is what are vCatalogs for. Everywhere I meet my client personally, I am more empowered with this catalog, because I cannot carry all my stuff. And I've been here with, I see a very dear people here, and I know how you travel with these huge bags, right, with this of silver and gold, and it amazes me all the time. And then how it doesn't matter how big your luggage is, you cannot put all the inventory. So the vCatalogs, they allow you to extend your offer when you're in front of the person and when not. Now, client catalogs is almost the same. The only difference that I adjust it to the specific person, and only the specific person, like my premium client, can access this catalog with username and password. Make an order with his currency, with his products. So this is a little bit difference. So vCatalogs are mostly for our marketing tool. We will use vCatalogs simply to send. Now we prepare to Hong Kong. By the way, we plan to be on Hong Kong. It will be great to meet you there. So when we prepare to Hong Kong, we know that there will be 3,200 exhibitors there, 2,700 jewelers out of them. And then if we decide to send them an email offering our products, it might be great. So this might be a great tool. Also working with our existing clients will be also here with the catalogs, because also what we mentioned with all of you, unfortunately, very few of our clients, they work long tail. What means everybody of you knows what is our top 10, your top 10 buyers, top 50 buyers. But if we have in our CRM, in our history, 1,000 buyers not using our catalog of buyers to to restore our relations by simply saying, hi, I have new products in my catalog, just take a look at it. And this is where the V catalogs, we don't know exactly who out of my 1,000 buyers who bought from me in the last 20 years will open it. So it's not an individual client catalog, but it's a catalog, it's a marketing catalog, which we will share. Whether you will share as a URL, or you will share it as a PDF, or you will simply send by mail, maybe even like this. This is already how you work. Now, the V catalogs are built so that they are dynamic and static. The static catalogs will be quite simple, our bestsellers, or our special offer before Hong Kong, our special offer for Valentine's, and so on. The dynamic catalogs means Valigara knows automatically, according to some conditions, decide what products go there. So for example, it can be all my bracelets in between $200 to $400, which is in stock, has images, and is not marked as not for sale. So all of you know what it means in Valigara. It will just create this catalog automatically. So so the idea is, so this is the difference, and this is exactly what Oren answered now to Alisa, that yeah, the idea is that every time we reuse the same information. So now the example, in store, if I sit with my client, I want to show the client first. In store, I want to work with my clients, and I want to work as a team. So my catalogs, it's very important, they can serve two different types of clients, one internal, one external. Examples: when I create a catalog, I can make it a very nice catalog, and I can use it for myself. What means in myself? When I'm in store working with my client, first, I want to see, for example, a catalog with 5 different price levels. So with this different price level, why? Because I have the MSRP, the manufacturer suggested price, recommended price, and I want to have my in-store maximum, in-store good, in-store minimum. In-store require an approval. So I will have 5 different price levels, and I don't want to show this catalog to anyone. I will use it for myself. Now, a different type of catalog that I can create is a nice catalog, which I will show to my client who comes into my store. Now, especially we see it if we have a business that one store is in Israel and one store is in Singapore, and selling some unique pieces at $20,000 and up. These pieces are physically in different places, and I don't want to be limited when somebody comes into my Singapore store. I don't want to be limited by having only these products. I will show definitely on my catalog. This will be my buyer catalog, and I will show there all the products that are currently in my Ramat Gan Israel office, just to say, look, these are also my items. They can be there for 3 days. Why? Because the value of the client is very high. If it's a returning client, if it's somebody that purchases from me once in 3 months, they have this trust that I will supply this item, definitely I want to show also the items that are physically not present. Okay, just few things that relate to this. So let me just think on this. I will quickly jump into Valigara. So we speak about product catalogs, right? Here in Valigara, we know that we have the client catalogs, and we know that we have the V sites that you can easily create here with the Valigara. It can be very, it's not limited to how this websites will look like, but we have some pre-made design here, which allows you, in seconds to create the website. So when I speak about product catalogs, we have the dynamic view, we have the static view. In this dynamic view, we quite invested lately in how you can fine tune it. You can define it. It will have if it will have a list view, if it has gallery view. Now we added a very nice filtering here. So when you stand, for example, when I'm now in store, standing in front of my potential buyer, and he wants me to have a very specific type of metal, show him products with a specific gemstone. It doesn't matter if I'm in store selling, right, or I'm now in my now on a Hong Kong trade show. I can quickly show the client this catalog and say, okay, this is what I have in the specific stone and so on. As you know, in Valigara, I don't want to really focus on this too much. You know that you can generate descriptions, you can generate promotional images. It works also, right? You can define what information you will show in a specific catalog, and define the view, how many rows, what is the sorting, what is my filtering. I can create this in no time. So here in Valigara, I will define if it's a dynamic catalog, if it's a static catalog. If I want to show what is my banner, you can brand this. If it's a gallery view, if it's a list view, do I want to show images? Do I want to show the add to cart? Do I want to, what is my, so for the list view, I can define what fields to show. Do I want to show links to channels, to my external channels? So, and you know, by the way, to this show links to channels, a very immediate answer that we have: why would I show a link to my website? Why would I show a link to my Amazon? Natural answer is no, I want to hide it. So basically, here comes the combination of B2B and B2C. B2C, if I have a very established B2C presence too, this marketplaces, for example, they actually create a trust. So if I have this item on my Amazon account with 80 feedbacks, I definitely want to show the link to this item, because it creates proof that it's a proven item which can be sold online, not necessarily online, but online too. So in many cases, you do want to show the links to your external channels. Now, allow navigation, show footer, all these things, they make the catalog more like bare catalog. So you don't want to distract, and you want to save the space. For example, you can use it as you're going with as a salesperson. You're on a go. You use your catalog on the go, and you don't need anything but this page to show your items. Okay, and you can quickly recreate it for 2 items, 1 item, 10 items a row, and so on. Or you want it to be a little bit more website-like. When I will use the website like a catalog, when I send my catalogs via emails, via WhatsApp. For example, I just contacted somebody on Hong Kong trade show. I didn't have too much time to speak to this person. All I took his business card, and I said, you know what? And he said, I'm interested in my silver items, in your silver items priced $2 to $300. So I will very quickly, I will create a catalog for him. In this few steps, I will create a catalog for him with the information I want to show. I want to define what product page fields I will show, what currency, what price field, what product description, what product title, filters in the catalog. And after that, I will just go into this catalog and I'll create the specific conditions. So I want, for example, here to send all my bracelets in the stock with quantity, for example, quantity 1 and up, and not marked, not for sale, and under product commercial, price between 100 to 200, according to my eBay price. So I will create this catalog and send it to this person, because I can create the nice URL. It will be with a nice URL. I will send it on email, automatic emails, via WhatsApp. Doesn't matter how I use it, I can very quickly generate it. So this improves my offering. Now, again, this converts my data in-house into my marketing asset in the B2B. This is how we will use it. So as you see, one page, you generate this page, this settings in 5 minutes, and I have my catalogs. I start working with the catalogs. Another thing that here you can export it into PDF. We very much also increased the flexibility of what information will go into this PDF, and that's it. So back here, when I'm when I'm selling face to face, I will display the information. I will set up the fields of the catalog. It can be my view, so I see different price levels, so I will not share it with my buyer, but I will know, okay, minimum before I have to go to the manager, I can go with this price. And then it would be nice to sell it this way. So we also, another small thing that we created here, this products page, a catalog, so you can use different fields. Different views. Now, this views, if I want to, somebody asked me about what are the specific type of products. Like, for example, I want to see all the Art Deco, so I can create a view which shows all the uniqueness. But then when I work with my potential buyer and I sit with my laptop, this is the laptop, the back office will be used when I work with my laptop, right, or with my computer stationary in store. So here I can use the Valigara interface to see, for example, all the website parameter or all the prices. So I will have a layout showing me, okay, my Amazon price is this, my Etsy price is this, retail price is that, and TJ Maxx price is that, and this will create some information for myself. Now, this can be used both on the products page and also in the orders page. We have this views, so it's quite nice that you can reuse the system for different information. Now, back. So this is in store. So views on product and orders. Multiple price levels. Obviously, this. On the go, it will be with my tablet. So I go with the tablet. Not necessarily I want to open my Valigara for this, but if I still want to have the same view in a more relevant, display, I just want to have a simple catalog like this with the same. You can select what fields you will see here, and then this might be my internal catalog, and I will use a different catalog for buyers. So here I will define to see, let's say, 10 different price levels for myself to make a right decision. Now, this is for the on the go. We have also mobile friendly, of course, for tablets, phones, and then client facing and team facing. So what we always hear from people who have a sales team, like 5 people, I want to show different products to different salespeople. Perfect. Create different catalog, go. With different information, go. Gallery, list obviously is your more like business, B2B, pure B2B. If you sell gemstones or if it's your internal, it takes less place. You can even remove this thumbnails for here and that to cart, just a very small catalog. And this is for teams. Now, obviously, it's immediate. If something was sold on my eBay and the item goes out of stock, or from my website, there is some purchase now from my V-site, the inventory immediately updates. Next, data. So this is about using our catalogs, but that's not all. As you know, you can share your data. You can share your data in Excel. You can share your data in CSV, right? So it generates the files. What is also important, it's not just for spreading your data. It's not just for sharing your data, but taking the data in. You can, for this, to take your data in, you can create schedules. Now, if you remember our schedules, you can create import schedules. For example, if I want to fetch the data from my vendor, we can fetch from FTP, HTTP, from wherever. For example, I want to extend. I'm a wholesaler. I work with 10,000 SKUs my catalog. I want to try now a new type of products. Before creating myself, I want to get to a vendor and get his data. So you can create an import schedule. This import schedule will once a day or once whatever, you'll ask for URL, and you'll define what data you're taking in, whether it's gemstones data or products data or imports data. So I can take any format and define what is the URL I'm fetching from. Multiple encoding, including the authentication if you need your username and password, whatever your vendors require from you. So I can create an import schedule, and as you understand, I can say, okay, from now on, I want every day at starting today and at 1 o'clock, every 1 hour, I want to fetch repeated until the end of the world. So this is the import intake, update intake, especially if you work with quantities, okay? If I want to update my inventory of gemstones or for products, I will do it using the products intake. You can just say, okay, this is my SKU, this is my quantity, and I can fetch it from my vendor. Valigara will automatically update all the marketplaces. Now, the same also about the scheduling. If I want to take my data into Macy's, Call, Gmail, Google, or wherever I take it, Signet, and they want like good old CSV from you, you can definitely generate an export schedule. Another option for this is also, as you know, backups. If you really want to think that you can back up your information better than we do on Amazon, then definitely you can do it and store it on your FTP locations, or spread it. For example, your client's information, orders information, gemstones information, any products information, so you can push it wherever you want, custom, every day, every hour, to any destination, either to email, and some distributors still want to have it in Excel format to email. You can do this, or send it to FTP, for example. So it's very, very sturdy system here, where you can schedule your information through multiple ways. Now, feeds, data feeds. Data feeds is very important to understand. It's something that is very similar to Excel. The only small difference is that it updates every 5 seconds. So if you have more digital people, for example, you work with somebody and he says, hi guys, I have a WooCommerce website, Shopify website, and I want to get your product information every 5 seconds. So I want to fetch it. Obviously, they will not do it every 5 seconds, but I want to get updated information about your stock every 4 hours. So you can create feeds. And in this feed, you can adjust it to any of your distributors you work with. As you know, you just create a mapping, how the field will be called in his file, and what field you want to push to him. It can be 4 lines, it can be 400 lines, it really doesn't matter. According to your distributor, if I want to push something to Google Shopping, I will also do the same. You can take any field or any static value that you want to push to him. This is, by the way, very important if he has some strange requirement from you asking, I want you to push a field called supplier _ID, and your supplier _ ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, you can definitely say, no problem, I will send you this field. You don't have to create this field in all the products. And again, it can be dynamic, it can be static, and you can adjust what images go into this feed. So these feeds will allow you to work with more digital people. And again, I think about these feeds not as something, not many people maybe have asked you, but this is your value proposition. And when you go next month or when you speak to your next potential buyer, you think opposite. When you make a sale, this is your very strong sale tool. When you speak to your next potential buyer, or maybe existing client that you know that he works with 20 vendors, you can simply ask or offer, look, I can send you all precise information. What website do you use? And he says, okay, this is Valigara, right? So it's easy for me. He says, I work with Shopify. You say, no problem. I will create all the data set you need for Shopify. You simply go into Shopify fields and then I can see it here. Okay, what meta fields do you have? What do you want me to? How do you build your description? How do you create your collections? What data do you want me to sell for the retail, for your potential seller who has to send it to his POS system? And it's important. It's not just for the website. Maybe he uses POS. Maybe he has some ERP system. Maybe he has some just internal processes for Excel, how he takes data into Excel. You say, I will prepare it for you. So from when we know there are 2,700 jewelers with a booth on Hong Kong. So when he will make a choice between you and your colleagues, the fact that you can offer him this level of data, it will help him to make a purchase from you. So this is about feeds, advanced API. We have very good API which you can offer to your resellers. You can connect multiple resellers there, but this shows that you, as a seller, as a B2B person, as a digital person, you're much more advanced. So I very much recommend you to include this into your sales speech. Okay. Next, I will jump into our internal opportunities. Orders management. We empowered how you create orders, offline orders, because in B2B we know that many times the order does not come from some marketplace, but you create them manually here. So what we did, of course, here I can take any client, and we empowered it. So it's quite nice now. You can just click and add, and more and more and more. Just select and select the product, and it calculates the totals. It does whatever I need, right? And also we empowered the order products side. Now on the order product side, obviously you will change the quantities, the prices, and Valigara will automatically calculate all this. Okay, so when I take the item, I can obviously change here what is the quantity, how many items I add. And last but not least, we also introduced a specific pop-up here for barcode scanners. So if you sell in store and you stand in front of the person, you can just open this, and he comes to you with your physical product with a tag on this, and you click like you do in the convenience store. So you don't need to press even enter. It will just add from the barcode one by one. It will add to this list. So if somebody orders from you 20 different products, it will be easy to add them. Next, we even integrated tax calculation for manual orders. So for different countries, you can set different tax levels. Now, we spoke about the resellers, that they are our valid, very valuable asset. So for us, when we work in Valigara, just a small reminder, I hope that all of you remember this. Most important thing while working with B2B people is email marketing until today. Okay, nothing has changed in the last 20 years because it's very high-level relations, very close relation. So keeping the data from my clients here in Valigara is critical. Why? Because most important thing is segmentation. When I speak about this, my John Doe who made 9 orders from me, I want to know what exactly he purchased, because it will create an opportunity for me to basically communicate with him relevantly. How we do this in Valigara, just a small reminder, on the clients list, you can make a selection, not by when he purchased, how many orders he created, when was his last order. I want just to restore somebody I didn't speak for the last year, right? So I can put the last order date, custom between 2021 to 2019 to 2021, because these are guys that I'm not in touch, and I want to find them, and I want to offer them something. And obviously, I will also segment people here according to the gemstone that they bought, according to the type of the jewelry that they bought. I want to find people who bought from me bracelet from a specific collection, like classics collection, blah, blah, blah. I can do this, all this. I hope that you know. Now, how I will engage, and now especially that some of you work with Valigara for years already and have this list of 500 buyers. Now, this is a critical thing, that from here, I will segment them, take these clients, system actions, and compose an email to them. And this is from our experience. I have never seen let's call it a marketing campaign. I have never seen a campaign that did not work, because you will not send spam to these clients. You will be very careful and very polite to them and sending very important and valuable information for them. So, for example, it will be an email saying, "Dear blah blah blah," and you can of course you can personalize this. We have just added new items. For example, if I'm in a gemstones, I remember you bought from us a trillion emerald last year. So these are new trillion emeralds in our collection, and then I will create a catalog, and I will send the link to this catalog, which includes trillion gemstones, trillion diamonds. That's it. Now, this is a very high quality inquiry, actually saying hello to your counterparty, and they are our main assets. So two things. You can create email templates, personalized and sent to people, and you can create automatic emails. Now, in B2B, automatic emails, for example, I want to send an automatic emails. What's the difference? They are triggered automatically. So I can set a trigger, for example, 3 weeks, 1 hour, or 3 weeks, 10 days, 3 months after the last purchase, and say, hi, how are you? Is there anything relevant we can send? So you can send this information internally, and you can send this information, what means internally, to your customer service, to the relevant salesperson, because you can create a relation on the orders level between the order and this, your own salesperson. So you can say, okay, dear Michael, your client last bought half a year ago, so please reach out to him. And it will be completely automated with Valigara. So this is a very important tool, especially in B2B, because the value of a B2B client is much, much, much higher. So simply reach out to us. We will show how to create this automatic emails, and that's it. Now, I just don't want to go too deep in this. Automatically re-engage, reset. Now, send, just keep their data, segment people. And as we spoke, you can create reseller accounts, which will be displayed on our V sites. And in this V sites, you will be able to allow the client to log in and see his prices, his items. It's all built in Valigara, so please use it. It's a great sales tool. Now, next, operational tools, printing, invoicing, fulfillment. You can generate purchase orders. You can use create fulfillment like documents. We have integrations with more than 110 carriers. So it doesn't matter if you're in Australia, India, Israel, United States, or wherever you are. We will be able to generate for you all this fulfillment documentation, creating barcodes, tags, labels. All this can be done in Valigara, because it's not just selling; it's also the operation part. We support work with Memo. If you send items on Memo, you can create different shipping labels. Different printing labels for gemstones, for products. If you need to create automatic appraisals, you can do all this here. And next part, also the second side. If you have your vendors, we have strengthened the purchasing side, which is also very, very important. So we can create purchase orders automatically, which means Valigara can check the existing inventory, decide what items have to be, recommend the number, the quantity of the items to be purchased, send it after we create the purchase order. You will be able to either export it or send it as an email to your vendor. You can manage your suppliers here in Valigara. You can see for each supplier the summary of all his inventory receipts and purchase orders. You can also create the receipts here in Valigara. Valigara knows to manage the inventory, create inventory reports based on if the item was intaken according to the inventory receipt. It means it's a real item. As you remember, in Valigara, items can be real and unreal, not real, which is a virtual item, virtual inventory. So we have this separation. When the item comes through an inventory receipt, you will be able to see this, that it's a real item. In the inventory receipt, when we create it, you can also relate it to a specific purchase order, as you know, and then we played with the interface here just to make things more correct for you, more intuitive and easy to use. So you have the receipts and the purchase orders. The purchase orders, now we added also additional status, whether it's opened, canceled, partially closed. So canceled also is very nice addition that we had from one of our clients as an idea. So when you intake the inventory receipt, you know what is already there, what not. Now, when you close the inventory receipt, it also asks you, for example, if I will now add some items to the inventory receipt from the specific order, it will ask me who actually supplied the item, what is the stock in, and what was the currency, what was the rate for this currency. And when you create this inventory receipt, it actually asks you what purchase order to close. So it's quite, and what status to send. For example, here I want to send the status closed. So we make more interaction inside. We make more interactions, more interactive different parts of the orders of the purchasing model. By the way, about making things more easier. So we spoke about this views. I just want to quickly jump here in the products page. If I want to add some items to the catalog, I can go V-side, add to catalog. For example, I sit now on the phone with a specific, with my potential buyer, and I know that, just these 3 items are relevant for this buyer. I use my search, but we improved the quick search very much last week. So I know that these 3 items could go to the catalog. So I will go V-side, add to catalog, and you can even create a new catalog, because I know, okay, this is for the specific offer to Jordan. Okay, so all this interconnection, if you have more ideas, we very glad. So we work on these interconnections. Now, just have to wrap up, and I remember this. So the purchasing, and last thing I wanted to speak about, we've worked also on our distribution model, which allows you to find partners. We are glad to see, because on one side we have great, amazing manufacturers and wholesalers, professional in the B2B world, and on the other side we have amazing retailers from all over the world looking for, and of course you look for partnerships. We're glad to make this connection for you. So some part of it can already be automated. As you know, there is, maybe some of you have mentioned, there is a drop shipping model that we work on. We call it drop shipping. It's more wide. It's obviously it's B2B private marketplace, where you can offer your items for sale, and the retailers, the best retailers from all over the world, large chains. Sometimes, just yesterday I had an inquiry from one of our client, the biggest chain in Israel, to find specific type of products. So when you create a catalog in Valigara, you can basically say that this catalog is relevant for the Valigara distributors, and this will make this catalog available in Valigara distribution list here. So this will allow you to be more open to some inquiries from people, or we, as many times we manually, our success team manually finds this matches because we get these inquiries. Or you can just put in the catalog, in the comments, how people should, if you want, then how people should reach out to you. But you can be assured it will not be spam. It will be only Valigara clients who can see this catalogs. So you can make this catalog available for the vendors list, and then allow our clients to send an inquiry to you. So this is this distribution model and integrated private marketplace. On the other side, what we see recently, glad to see that you can also invite your distributors to Valigara, okay? Which actually, when they will open a Valigara account, you will have a very nice, we call it master-slave, distributor manufacturer relation, where your account keeps, if you're a B2B business, you can invite, sometimes we see 5, 10, 15 additional your partners. First of all, they will get the decent tools to manage their business, their operation online in digital. But also, what will happen? Your inventory will become synchronized with their inventory. Let's say you have somebody selling on his website, on his Shopify website, and another distributor who sells your item on Amazon, somebody on Etsy, and somebody you don't even know where. But you want all these stocks to be integrated for this. When you make these people, invite these people to Valigara, when they adopt Valigara, you can connect your inventory. So when they get an order on their website, it will appear in your orders page as distribution, as we call it drop shipping model. You will see, something was sold in his account. You will see all the data. You will start manufacturing. You will send it to the person, update tracking number, update the inventory, and it will go back to all your people and also to this person, including the status of the order. So this gives you more tools to automate and not sit on these phones and waste your time. So now, here I see that the question exactly. I hope that I already answered this. I didn't see the question yet on the chat. So you can both work with your clients, and you can also offer it to Valigara clients. We do not we run some experiments. External dropshippers, meanwhile, from our understanding of the industry, we do not want to let them in, because very often dropshippers work on quantity and not quality. So we don't want you to get thousands of inquiries like, I want to sell something on Amazon before I go to my work and I have half an hour a day. We made some experiment. This is 99% of inquiries. We keep it to professionals. So these professionals need to have Valigara account, either as a seller or as a buyer in dropshipping, because 90% of them work on a very slow, very low level of e-commerce, and we do not want you to get hurt by thousands of non-professional inquiries. So all this together, summarizing, we work in Valigara very actively to have the data be matched to B2B and B2C, both. Your tools, think of all the tools that what we want to happen, that your data points. So the goal of Valigara in this perspective is to convert your data points to data assets. What Valigara does is manages the data, but it should become your sales instrument. It should become your marketing sales asset. And this is what we want you to have here in Valigara. Hope it was informative. I really want to wrap up because we're exactly now on 1 hour. If there are any questions, please send them on chat. We'll be glad to answer. And if there are some additional stuff that maybe Max or Oren from my team would like to add, I would be also very glad to hear. Basically, I hope it covers.
All good, Igor.
That's good. So Max summarizes. Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
And I hope that most important that for you it was informative. All questions to us, of course, and I hope that you will utilize it. We are here to help. So tatam, I will quickly check. I see that Oren already covered all the questions in chat as I was speaking.
I believe there are more. Maybe
there are probably
maybe
more.
not at the moment.
So yes, I see there was a question about barcodes. Yes, you can generate barcodes, and so that when people come to you, they will be already, and you can attach it to your tags, so people will be able to scan it with their phones. So before you go to the show, definitely it can be done. Also, you can invite them. For example, in these barcodes, you can include in QR codes the link to the catalog. So when you are on the trade show, you can put even on the paper or in your tablet. You can put a tablet close to you so that people can browse your catalog. But even if you put it on a paper, simply a paper with a QR code, and on this QR code will be a link to, let's say, 3 QR codes, and one QR code is with link to your rings catalog, and another one to your earrings catalog, and third one is the same V-site. Might be a link to the catalog or to the V-site. It's up to you, to some category, to some URL on your V-site, right? So when you put these 3 QR codes, you can target your clients to view your catalog immediately when they're close to you on the show. Simply because you're busy, or you want to eat something, or you're with different clients, you don't want to miss them. The clients today are the buyers today are very used to work with QR codes. So definitely QR code, link to the website, just small explanation, and that's it. I think I see that Oren did some hero work there in the chat. Thank you for this. So let's wrap it up for today. We're here for all the questions if there are no questions currently, and